Happy morning, friends. Today we are going to see the introduction part of transformation of axis. Before going to see transformation of axis, first let us know what is transformation. Transformation is nothing but one word, we can say that it's change. Transformation of axis is nothing but change of axis. When we are calling change, what type of change? That we are going to see in the topic called transformation of axis. And whereas what is axis? Axis is nothing but coordinate axis. So we are going to see in this topic transformation of axis, change of coordinate axis, how it changes. The change we are going to see. When a change is there, the change we may also call as new. So we are going to see how the coordinate axis is going to change. When we are changing it, we call it as a new coordinate system. So from original to, by changing something, we are going to get a new coordinate system that we are going to see in this topic called transformation of axis. When we are discussing about transformation of axis, here particularly we are going to discuss two types of transformations. The first one is called translation. The first one is called translation of axis, whereas the second one is called rotation. The second one is called rotation of axis. See, in transformation of axis, we are going to learn two different topics. One is called translation of axis, the other one is called rotation of axis. Now we are going to see what is translation and what is rotation. So I think it is clear. Transformation is nothing but change of the coordinate axis. So when we are calling the change of coordinate axis, how we are changing? We are changing in two ways. One is called translation, other one is called rotation. So first we see what is translation. See, translation means, if suppose this is coordinate system or coordinate axis, and here O is called origin. Origin is nothing but the point of intersection of x-axis and y-axis, we call as origin. So in this, translation of axis is nothing but whenever the origin is shifted to some other point without changing its directions. When origin is shifted to some other point without changing direction, that is known as translation of axis. So in translation, what is happening? Origin is moving to some other point. Whenever origin is shifted to some other point without changing its direction, that is known as translation of axis. Whereas coming to rotation of axis, again this is coordinate system, coordinate axis. Here translation means without changing direction, origin is moving to some other point, whereas rotation of axis means without shifting origin. If the coordinate axis is rotated, means x-axis and y-axis rotating with the same angle, then that type of transformation is called rotation of axis. So here without changing direction, origin is moving, whereas here without changing origin, coordinate axis is moving through an angle beta, that is known as rotation of axis. So coming to see, whenever translation of axis occurs, what happens? For example, I am saying origin is shifted to a point called h comma k. Just I am assuming origin is shifted to a point called h comma k. Then from this point, whatever the new axis forms, that is known as transformation of axis, otherwise translation of axis. See, with the origin, this is original coordinate system, but when we are shifting origin to some other point called h comma k, from that point, whatever the axis is forming, the new axis we call as translation of axis. Right? Here origin is shifted to h comma k without changing of the direction. So this is called original coordinate system, whereas this is called transformed coordinate system, otherwise change of axis, otherwise new axis. The new axis representation with the capital X and capital Y, whereas the original system we are representing with the small x and small y. Suppose if I take a point P x comma y in the original system, then what is this length? This length becomes y. This length becomes y. And what about this length? This length becomes x. This length becomes x. So here intersecting point name something as A and this is B. When x comma y is belongs to original system, when I observe from here, the point is x comma y. But when I observe from this point h comma k, here the point varies. The varies in the transform system or new system, I can take it as x comma y. So that this distance, PA distance, now it becomes y. PA becomes capital Y, whereas this distance becomes capital X. So this become capital X, and you can name this point as something C. Right? Now again, if I observe this point, what is this length? This length is nothing but K. This length is nothing but K. And what about this length? This length is nothing but H. So here intersecting point is there. Name it as some D. So now what is distance of this? This is H. Right? So from this distance is H and this distance is K. So if we join these lines of parallel lines, nothing will happen. Now observe carefully. Observe carefully. Here this BB is parallel to CA. BB is parallel to CA. What is CA value? X. BB is parallel to CA. So this is also becomes X. It also becomes X. And once again, observe here, CD value is K. CD value is K. AB is parallel to CD. So AB also becomes K. AB also becomes K. Now, if we observe the diagram carefully, OB is divided into two portions. One is OD and the other one is DB. OD plus DB gives OB. And what is the value of OB? OB value is X. And what is the value of OD? OD is H. What is the value of DB? DB is capital X. Similarly, if you observe this, PB. PB is also divided into two portions. One is PA, another one is AB. AB. So PB is equals to PA plus AB. What is PB value? PB value is Y. And PA, what is PA value? Capital Y. And AB, what is AB value? K. So that X is equal to, we can conclude that X plus H and Y is equals to Y plus K. X is equals to X plus H, Y is equals to Y plus K. So this has to be remembered. What is translation of axis? Translation of axis is nothing but whenever origin is shifted to some other point without changing the direction, that is known as translation of axis. Whenever origin is shifted a point called h comma k, what is happening? It is happening that x is equal to x plus h, y is equal to capital Y plus k, where small x comma y represents original system, capital X comma capital represents transform system, h comma k is known as origin shifted point. So in this entire topic, only two types of questions will be asked. What is original equation or what is transformed equation? It is asked to find original or transformed equation, or asked to find original or transformed coordinate values. So this is about translation of axis. We'll see rotation of axis in the next video.